of my fellow YouTubies and YouTubers. I wanted to make a video because I see all of these people out there on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and most of you guys are dealing with winter time. So I just wanted to make a video from Hawaii about what the weather is like in the winter time, so you can see that it's not always cold in December, January, February time frame. Right now it's 4 p.m. and it's a sweet 75-ish degrees. It feels absolutely wonderful. That little dog wants me. So yeah, guys, it's a beautiful 75-ish degrees around here. During the wintertime in Hawaii, it probably gets down to maybe the low 60s, maybe 61, 62 degrees in the morning. And by lunchtime, it's already back up to 70s, close to 80 degrees. In the winter, you also have a lot more rain than you usually would. On the west side of Oahu, which is where I live, on the west side, we don't get as much rain as the other portion of the island, but we still get more in the wintertime than we do any other time of the year. We probably get rain once a week, maybe. It's not a very hard rain. It's not what everybody's used to. Whenever you say rain, that's not what you're actually going to picture in your mind. You're actually going to picture maybe like a heavy misting. It's not real rain at all. I'm sure that you've seen it in maybe a couple of my videos. You've seen the rain. I know when I was going up H3, I think in my last video, you can see the rain, but it's only for a second, and it's mostly around the mountains and forest areas of the island, which are predominantly on the east side. So the west side of the island doesn't have a lot of rain, and it is usually hotter over here on the west side of the island also. Also, if you don't know this, I'll tell you right now, Oahu, I'm guessing it's just Oahu. That's all I've heard and lived on, so I can't really speak for any of the other islands. There's a lot of theft on Oahu, as in like stealing things, like cars, motorcycles, breaking inside of cars, and I guess just looking at what's inside, like even like straight up breaking windows just to see what's inside. Like they don't even see anything. They're just trusting and hoping that there is something on the inside of the car that they can steal. And a lot of this is around the touristy areas like beaches and big parking lots, to where there's not really anybody watching them a whole lot. Not that it matters, because people around here really don't care. Like just being raised in the South, whenever I see, whether it's my car, vehicle, or property at all, if I see something that looks suspicious or looks like it's being stolen or something, I'm the type of person, and I was raised to go like try to step in and try to prevent that from happening. In Hawaii, it is completely like the opposite. Like people don't give a crap about your stuff. They could literally be getting out of their car, and the car next to them could be getting broken into. Like straight up the most obvious break-in, like busting glass and taking stuff and just running away, and that car that just pulled up will not give a crap at all. They won't call the cops. They won't even talk to the people. They'll literally just act like it's not even happening, which is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know why it's like that. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself if something like that happens and you're around and you don't try to stop it at least, or say something to the person so they'll run away. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. But that happens here. I don't know why, but it's very prevalent here in Hawaii. And my wife and daughter were at the beach yesterday. at the beach yesterday. They could literally see the car from where they were on the beach, and my wife went up to get some signal or something to text me real quick and saw that someone was getting out of their car close, like right next to our car in an open parking lot. So she kept watching the girl. She said the girl went up to our car, started pulling on all of the door handles and stuff like that, and luckily the people got back in their car and left once they saw that it was locked. But my wife said she kept watching the car, and this was literally right across the road from where I work also, because I work right along the beach. So this person saw my wife. She said there were other people there at the beach. She wasn't the only people there, and saw this person trying to open all the door handles to our car and then get in another car and just leave. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. And it kind of like, you know, you just got to pay attention to your stuff, make sure your cars are locked at all times. And there's just a lot of horror stories around here in Hawaii, because I don't know what it is, but people just do not care about anything stealing wise here in Hawaii. Like, they will steal just about anything that they can think of, not for the fact that they actually want the object that they're stealing. Because I've had people post in our motorcycle group that they had their bike stolen, and then like 2 days later found it just parked along the side of the street, like trashed on the side of the street. Not like someone parked it there and they were going to come back later to it. It was literally like they threw it down on the side of the road, like some dead-end road, and just left it there because they were done with it. You know, they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish by stealing the bike and saying that they did it, and then they just throw it away like it was nothing. That's absolutely ridiculous to me. And growing up in the South, like, I know that there is theft and everything everywhere, but growing up in the South, having, I don't know what it is, like, that's absolutely insane that people will just steal stuff and literally like throw it away the next day just because they accomplished like everything they wanted. That's absolutely crazy to me. Let me know in the comments if in your city you have like theft problems like similar to that, or maybe different, or maybe a theft story or something that you've had happen to you, because I've never had anything broken into or stolen, luckily, in my entire life. So having something like that, it just kind of freaked out my wife a little bit. And you know, I already knew about the theft problem and break-in problem here on Oahu, but luckily we've just never had it happen until yesterday, whenever someone tried to get into our car. Go get them, boys. Also, guys, while I was talking about weather, I guess I'll continue that. So in the wintertime, like I said, it's in the mornings kind of cool, and then by the afternoon, evening, it gets kind of warm, normal tropical temperatures again, and it rains a little bit more in the winter. So in the summer, though, there's not really a spring and there's not really a fall. It's just summer, and kind of more tame summer. There's not really seasons. But in the summertime, it rains less, obviously, and it also is just a little bit steamier with the highs and averages, I guess, for the rest of the 10 months out of the year. It starts getting cooler in the morning, probably December-ish and January-ish. It starts being the heart of Hawaiian winter, and then February-ish it's kind of tapering off back to being hot. So during the summer it probably averages at about 75 degrees, but the summer it averages probably about 75 degrees, maybe 80s and stuff as highs most days. But it's not as humid as where I'm from in Mississippi or anything, but it also isn't dry heat either. It's kind of somewhere in between. It has a very Pacific-like amount of humidity, and it's sunny just about every day. In the summertime, it rains probably once every, or at least on the west side of Oahu. Like I said, I can't speak for the east side, but the west side does rain probably like once every couple weeks, maybe once a month or so sometimes, if we're lucky, a little bit more than once a month. But yeah, and like I said before, the rain is not real rain either. It's like maybe a mist for like an hour, and it goes away. Like, it doesn't rain for, you know, 12 hours or so like a normal mainland day. It mists for like an hour, and then after that 1 hour is over, that's it. Yeah, that's all you get for that month, is about a little bit of mist. That's why if you look on the maps or something, like Google Maps, if you look, the west side of Oahu is a lot more like dead looking. Like, the grass is like tan and dead-ish, because if you don't water it every single day, then it's just gonna get beat by the sun constantly. On the east side of the island, everything is lush and green and beautiful and grown, because that's where all the rain is. That's where everything happens. That's where the mountains are, and that's where all the plants thrive and all the animals thrive, is over there. So the west side of Oahu is kind of like the desert side, and that's the summer and the winter, and that's all you get when you're on in Hawaii, is a summer and a slightly more tame summer. Let's fill this bad boy up. That would be debit. Enter my PIN. Sorry, I'm not authorized to give you that information. Be a 92, please, girl. Boy, I'm done. Oh, also, one super weird thing that, I mean, I guess I'm not used to, but you probably never even thought about this, but Hawaii does not use daylight savings time at all. So whenever people are like, oh, skip ahead and skip behind and spring forward and fall back, blah 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 blah, all that stuff, it doesn't exist. Not one single bit in Hawaii. Like, it straight up doesn't exist. I don't know what this car is doing, but it really needs to go, because I'm freaking getting pissed off. My wife asked me to grill chicken, and she's gonna be mad if I'm not there in the next 5 minutes. And this creepy van over here, I don't know what it's doing, but she's waving me, or he's waving me. So I'm gonna wait till it's clear so I don't get hit and die. All right, cool. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, so that's it, my guys. Hope this video was informative about the theft in Hawaii. So you guys ride safe out there. So yeah, peace out.